All right. What is going on? If you're watching the playback right now, hopefully you're having a great day today. I had two dumpsters for this weekend for Saturday here, and one Friday. Oh wait, two Friday, um, three today, and the third one was like a last minute thing that I literally just dropped off um, just a little bit ago. So kind of a late deal, but yeah, we're rolling today. Just wanted to hop on here if anybody actually watches or joins. Um, Wanted to talk about this month, November, kind of what I'm thinking on for the coming month, for this month and next month here. Just kind of seeing what we're doing. I do have a lot of receipts I need to kind of get organized, so I might do that unless somebody hops on here and chats with me. But other than that, I'm just going to kind of talk through what's been going on for me. I hope you and your business, wherever you're at in the journey, that you're taking steps forward, that you're at least being productive, even if things aren't going maybe necessarily the best for you. I know it can be discouraging at times. It can be definitely challenging um, to stay on track, to stay on pace, whether it feels like things are going well or not. I know one thing for me more recently that's been going on has been I see the amount of rentals I've got going on. This November has definitely been lower than October. October was by far the best month possible that I've ever had. Um, that's great. However, it's always, or I guess, I don't know, could be discouraging, however you want to look at it, when you come off of your best month ever and you've got that expectation. I guess that's something that I'm learning. It's still very, very fresh and new to me. Still under, I believe, what, 2 years and some change now, technically. But, at a certain point, you hit that new high, whether that's a number of rentals, whether that's gross, top line or net for each month, and you're seeing these things move forward, and then the next month inevitably can't be the next new high. What goes up must come down. You're not going to only be able to go up. You're eventually at some point not going to be going straight to the moon or whatever. Certainly, after peak season, and you're kind of scaling back a little bit with just not as many people renting dumpsters, and that is what it is. Um, so there's that aspect of it, but um, the the next month, or basically this month, how it has felt to me at least, how it has seemed to me, is that I, as of right now, let me just double check. As of right now for this month, for November, I have a total of 29 rentals. As of right now, I don't have a prospective additional customer to finish out the month. I had 3 today, and then I have one on Tuesday, the 29th. So to finish out to close out this month, I only have one customer on the books. Now Monday morning, I'll probably get a call or two. We'll see. But you know, it's been to me, it's just very interesting to see that decline, even though this month has been seemingly good, one a day. I remember, and I've talked about it in other videos, where my goal for the month was to hit 10 rentals in a month. Now that was having one dump trailer, two dump trailers. My goal was to have 10 rentals in a month. And then it went to 20 rentals in a month. And then my goal jumped up to 30 rentals in a month. And as of right now, I've come close to hitting 40 rentals in 1 month. And so seeing that progression, but then seeing it drop back down just a little bit. Like I said, I'm sitting at, what did I just say? 28, 29. 28 rentals after last month or October being at 38 rentals. So 29 rentals right now, 38 rentals last month in October. It just seems like, man, did I make any money at all? Like it just seems very odd. That pullback, seemingly, what's going on? What happened? Why is there such a sharp decline? 20 something percent roughly decline in customers, and weather, time of the year, holidays, things going on. There's reasons for that stuff, but it just seems very. It's like, oh well, I guess this is my new normal, and so then when I go past this, that's the thing. That's when I'm like, okay, we're really rolling now. So I guess that's a good thing and a bad thing. Like you hit higher highs, and then you keep hitting those, and then you see, wow, okay, this is the new normal for me. It would be, to go at this point to have less than 20 rentals in a month seems, that would be devastating. Like, am I just sleeping in my bed all day, like every day? Like, what are you doing, Daniel? So, hitting 30 and then now approaching 40. That's my new target, hitting 40 rentals in a month. It's easily doable, easily, as far as 4 dumpsters are concerned. My 4 plus my buddy's, his dump trailer. And so just seeing that scale back and looking, okay, so higher highs, higher lows. But what does December look like? My previous December, which seemingly it's it's pretty interesting to look back and see the numbers, because I'm like, wow, that's like nothing. Last December that I can see from DRS, because I started using DRS officially in December, like halfway through or close to that. I had what I can see in the history is 10 rentals for last December. So I hit my 10 mark. I think I did have a handful of other months before that where I was certainly above 10 before that, but I hit 10 rentals in December this last year, and that grossed, it looks like, a little over $3,000, which probably it would definitely be more now with how I've got my pricing and things going. But to see that is oh, my dog's barking. To see that number, because that was let's see, I can pull up my actual QuickBooks and just kind of walk through this a little bit. Pull this up really quick. There definitely was a decline from November to December. So as far as this upcoming December, and honestly it does have a lot to do with weather as well up here in Indiana. So December last year, 2021, was 40. I'm sorry, wait, hold on. Sorry, hold on 1 second. 40. Why does that say? Oh, okay. QuickBooks shows, okay, that's why. QuickBooks shows the total month was 4,800, not $3,000 for the 10 rentals. So DRS recorded 10 rentals, grossing $3,000. And then I was still in the process of using what's the other one that I was using? The Oh, Work Easy. I was using Work Easy. So that must have recorded the other half of the month, jumping me up to 4,800. So from November, from November last year, about 4K up to about 4,800 in December. So I jumped up $800 from November to December. I don't know if that's going to track the same way this upcoming December. I would love it to. So proportionally, let's look at this. So October was my high for the year in October, which was about a hair under 7,000. And then it pulled back to about 4. So from 7 to 4. So percentage wise, what is that? What am I doing here? 4 divided by 7. Okay, so what dropped down to 57%, roughly of what it was. So I lost 40%, scaled back, and then went up to we'll round up to another grand, I guess. So up to 5 divided by 7. So back up to 71%. So if again, we're going off of 1 year, one previous year's worth of data. Let's see. So yeah, from what was that before? So 57 up to like 70, 71%. What would that be this year from October's numbers? Let's see if we can track that. Oh, we can't track that yet. My bookkeeper has not run October yet. Shoot. Oh man. Oh well, I guess I can't actually look at that yet, but I can at least look at the gross. Let's see. October, so 13. So October was 13.5 gross for 38 rentals. And then if that pulled back to hold on here. By 750. That times 13. We'll round down to 500. 13. So well, technically in from October to November, if I was proportionally at the same percentages, I guess I should have been at 7,700, and yet I'm at finishing November. I'm at 11.5, so we're $4,000 ahead of the game as far as 2021 October. That the transition from October, the drop down from October to November versus this year versus last year. And then let's see what it would have been. So from October for November to so 4 to we'll say 4,800. So 83 times this month. Where am I at? What am I looking at here? I see one person is watching the live stream. What's going on? Thank you for hopping in here. I just wanted to walk through this myself and share my stuff as I'm going along. So 83%. So next month, ideally jumping up that times this month. Okay, yeah, so I'm doing that right. Times 11, 5. So tracking last year, 2021's numbers, I should be at 9,500, 9,600 roughly. going into December, this upcoming December. So if I'm following the pattern at least, or percentage wise, that's what's going to be happening in December. We'll see if I continue from that October to November, if I'm literally ahead of the game on that, if my percentage wise is jumped up much higher than it would have been, or should have been technically, if each year is proportionally percentage wise the same. So we'll see. I'd love to have all the rentals in the world, but basically if I were to hit that number that was based on percentage of last year, I would be okay with that. Hitting roughly $9,600 for a December, which there could be snow in December. There could be very, very, very cold days here in Indiana. I do plan on sharing some more videos here of some things that I'm already starting to do to try to acquire more customers that would be more consistent customers. I'm going to track that whole journey for good or good or bad, and we'll see how that goes. But I'm going to be sharing those things. Nothing, wildly different than what other people can and already do. So we're going to see how that goes. I also am just to get my feet in the water a little bit. I've got some video ads that I've got going on, and I'm actually going to be, whether it's a stupid idea or not, and we'll find out soon enough. I am actually advertising on TikTok in my area. So, we'll see if that's an absolute joke. If they're, seemingly TikTok is becoming more and more saturated. So the cost to advertise is going to go up with the demand of of their platform. But I'm just curious to see how that goes. There's Facebook, tried and true. The cost to advertise on there, I mean, it is a obviously much larger platform, Facebook, and the cost to advertise is much higher, I'm assuming, overall, compared to TikTok or other smaller platforms or whatever. So I'm just going to see how that goes. It'll be linked straight to my website, and I'll be able to track that very easily. And I just want to see what happens. So kind of following the same pattern that I did over on Facebook. TikTok, if you ever do plan on advertising on TikTok, just so you know, the TikTok ad manager and the basically the whole platform, the interface of TikTok's advertising page is obviously not to the same depth of Facebook as far as the targeting your audience. You do not have as many options. The custom professional way of advertising to different groups of people, like it is so, compared to Facebook, as far as being able to target exactly who you want to, TikTok is just from the beginning. Technically my ads haven't started running yet on there, and I'm just going to see what happens, within a week or so, just to see is this an absolute joke or what. But I mean, it is very dumbed down. I mean, this is like great value versus whatever. I mean, it's just different. It tastes, it looks different. You have so many less options to go after certain aspects of a customer. They have the outlets. It's a book versus a napkin, outline. So for what that's worth, that's how it is currently. I'm sure they're going to only try to beef that up more and more and more. But that's currently how it is. A&J's Removal Services, what's going on? Hey, thanks for hopping in here. I'm just here to chit chat and talk through some stuff, kind of what I'm thinking through right now. Good luck on your journey. I appreciate it, man. Or woman, whatever. Appreciate that. And you too. A&J, how is your month to month looking for you right now in your area? How is that kind of pacing out for you? Have you already seen a decline? Are you in a state where it's not so cold or colder, I guess? What's going on for you? And anybody else that's in here, a few other people here. What is going on for you? Are you seeing a slowdown? Are you planning on pivoting to other options? I know I made a video over on TikTok about RV transport. What I've done for the last 6 years, I have not had a camper load to deliver in over 2 months, probably closer to 3 months now. That was my income. That's my daily income. We're based out of Florida. Oh man, I'm jealous of your weather. Maybe not so much the storms and all that, but man, you're not playing with snow. Man. But basically, that's completely my income. And then this, I didn't start paying myself until very late last year. Shortly after I got my bookkeeper and rolling with all that, that's when I started paying myself 10%. Right now I'm paying myself 15%. And that's it. There is nothing else I pay myself. So, I went from rolling pretty hardcore with RV transport to 15% of this business. There's no end in sight at this point as far as the other RV transport actually coming back to where I would have enough loads to really, get my income back to where it was. I'm not holding my breath at all. This is it. What I'm currently doing is what we're relying on. My wife works. She's working more. I'm doing other stuff besides just this, but very small little gig jobs, stuff like that. But still not anywhere close to where we were before. So we've had to cut back our budget quite a bit. We're living by faith and just trying to get through the winter time here to get to springtime where it's going to go, I believe, bananas, even with the economy, even everything going on. Now that I'm a little bit more established, I think just a small piece of the pie, even where I live, is more than enough to get this party rolling. We recently moved into a warehouse a few months back. Wow. So we've seen a slight dip in our Google My Business ranking. Huh. Okay. Any more junk removal videos coming out? Raising Cleo the cat. As soon as I can get another junk removal customer, I'm not advertising that I'm doing junk removal yet. And also due to, and raise your hand if you have ever had a problem with your Google My Business, like AJ's removal. Basically, my Google My Business has gotten suspended twice now. No, at least once. And there was some other smaller issue. But basically, the person who got me unlocked and knows people at Google and wheeled and dealed and made it all happen, they basically added a whole bunch of suggestions that people had made and they made, but then didn't publish those suggestions. So one of the things that I actually want to be showing on my Google My Business, which I think I would immediately start getting calls for, junk removal, the guy said that I shouldn't publish it yet, or I shouldn't at all, or something. I can't remember what he actually said. At that point, over a year ago, I didn't even care. I simply wanted to just get my Google My Business going because I was rolling. My Google My Business was climbing, and then all of a sudden, boom, got taken down. I was number 3 on pretty much any search terms you would put in. I was number 3, maybe 4 at that point. Rising up. I'm in a smaller market. It's not that hard to do. But basically, I got suspended. He said, yeah, we made suggestions, but don't ever publish those suggestions because otherwise there might be other things that happen. So basically, I can't actually show simply from Google My Business that I'm doing junk removal. So what I'm going to be doing is contacting the guy who did the work, who he did it. He got me back up and running. As of right now, I am number one for every search term I can think of. Every keyword you would type into Google surrounding my area, I am number one. Unless I think there might be one or two terms where I'm number two, but I'm beating everybody. Which at this point, there's probably within a 30-mile, 40-mile radius, there's probably 15-ish. Some fly-by-night guys who get suspended every other month or whatever because they keep creating new, whatever. But I'm number one on that as of several months in a row now. So I'm nervous if I contact them, I was like, hey, I would like to add junk removal. Let's actually publish the suggested terms or services that I offer. Is that going to grenade me right as I'm going into the winter season? So I'm going to be talking to him about that, trying to find out what's going on with this. And can we please just show, at the least, can we just show I want to add junk removal? People have, because when people use you from your junk removal posting, or the review, they can tag certain things that they used you for. And so one of them, which I don't know why people did it, but several people, I've got 30 something reviews, all 5-star besides one, which was a 1-star. And I'm pretty sure it was a competitor. There have been some of those 30 something people have actually tagged me for junk removal services, which I've only had one ever junk removal customer, and that was the stinking video that was on there. So the answer is yes to more videos coming, but I have to figure this stuff out, and I don't want to, blow my truck up just to, I don't know, that's a stupid analogy. I don't want to pay $2 to save 50 cents, basically. So I want to make sure that this doesn't destroy me going into wintertime for free phone calls. If my Google My Business were to be suspended for any amount of time, that is a loss. I get several calls every day, probably 2 or 3 calls. And I would say on average, maybe not that many. As far business days, it might be 2 or 3. It might be 4. I don't know. I would say about half or a good portion. If they don't, I do take a lot of dumpsters over the phone. So just kind of confirming they already know what they want. They just don't want to go on onto a website or don't know even how it works. They've been to other people's websites that don't have the capability of scheduling a dumpster. And so they just, let me just call. I'm just going to call. So that's what happens sometimes. But yes, I want to continue doing junk removal. But I also want to make sure that I'm keeping things moving the right way. So we'll see. Down. Oh yeah. Google My Business ranking, man. A&J's. Were you at an address before for that Google My Business? Were you at an address before, or you didn't have a physical location and now you do, and so now do you think is your theory that now that you have a physical address, you have to like work your way up against those other physical address companies, or What are your thoughts on that? A ton hauling. Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate you. Travis, junk removal can sometimes be 3 times the amount to my dumpster rentals, but finding help on short notice has been my biggest issue. I've raised my minimum pickup price really high as well. Any item requiring 2 people, I require to be outside. Helps a lot and weeds out wasting time picking up a single couch. Travis, that's a great idea. Requiring it to already be outside, that's that's probably saving a lot of time fiddling around, going upstairs, going downstairs with 2 people. I mean, even some of the heaviest couches, one able-bodied guy can probably make that work. Tossing, just shoving it up over itself, or rolling it, or dragging it, hopefully not, messing anything up. But as of right now, technically on my website, I do have a junk removal tab, but I don't have any more information on it. I want to have some pictures. I want to have a little couple paragraphs and stuff to outline and really talk through that. So that is on the to-do list. It just hasn't been at the highest part of the to-do list just yet. Let's see. Okay, we're caught up there. So yeah, that's kind of the deal. Also, if you haven't already watched the video yet, I tried to cut it down as much as I could. It was originally a 30-minute video, and I have been putting out some much longer videos, and maybe my voice is annoying or difficult. I don't know. But I can't condense it anymore because I'm trying to talk through each aspect of it. But the previous video that I talked about, the 3 positive and negative examples of leveraging debt in your business, using that to your advantage, and being able to benefit from that much higher than the cost was, and all that. Not a crazy idea, but to think through different aspects in business that it does make sense versus this is a lot more risky. This is much more riskier to try to force, the square peg in the round hole kind of a thing. And it just, should you be doing this with using this leverage that could go the other way? My example that I'm thinking of now, and I also, interestingly enough, I talked about it on TikTok. Usually I'll make a TikTok video that's very condensed, obviously 3 minutes or less. I'm not able to get what I really want to talk through all the way out generally, but I'll make a video on there, and then I'll go make videos on YouTube. And that's the full version of what I'm trying to think through in my mind. And basically, people were telling me in the comments, oh, well, RV transport has gone down. It's going into the colder season for dumpsters. So either junk removal, people told me to go drive for Hot Shot, which that's a whole lot of energy and momentum going in a direction I don't want to go. I'm not going to go. This is the direction that we're going. So that is a detour down to someplace I don't want to go. And then basically they said that I needed to several other odd jobs. I think somebody also offered me a job. I don't know. But basically the several people said consistently, they were saying, yeah, you need to buy a truck with a plow, or buy a plow and add it to your truck, to offer that as a service to your current customers. So you're immediately plugging in a new service to your audience that you already have, that you don't have to do all the legwork to go out and reach these people. They already have goodwill for you in your business because they've already used you. And now you're just all able to offer additional services like that that they may very well be interested in. And so the video that I kind of talked about, one of the examples was, would it be a good idea to, right before wintertime, get a plow? The spoiler alert, I already have 2 plows that came with the 2 trucks. My Ram came with, my Ford that I had before that blew up, it came with a plow that I basically stole and had a fabricator bolt that on to my Ram. So I've got that one, and then I've got another plow for the old Ford that I bought as a backup truck. So I already have 2 trucks, 2 plows, but neither of them work right now due to electrical issues, the wiring schematic stuff. So it's probably the smallest issue, that it's just right underneath my nose, to be able to get them to work. But basically, they are operational, but not off of the controller switch. So it's very small, a small problem. But ultimately, is it a good idea for me to, if I didn't have these, just for instance, as an example, would it be a good idea for me or you or whoever to, right before, so we've got a short time frame to go out and buy equipment that could make a whole lot of money, or it might not. Why? Well, because it might not snow at all. It might not have more than a couple inches at a time, which I highly doubt you're going to get a whole lot of people to, unless you get some commercial contracts or whatever. But even then, you have a short time frame to make it all work. If I didn't have a plow and I were to go out and get a plow, if there was even availability to get it mounted in time, like the crazy time frame. So we've got finding a plow, having it installed. So paying for that, paying for the debt to be able to do that. So we're betting on making more money. And obviously it would take years probably, unless it was some crazy season of snow. But you're then having to market to new customers and potentially, yes, my current audience that I already have, my customer list that I already have for dumpsters, to be able to offer services for that. I need to have the snow plow insurance that they have to ensure that, because if you destroy their driveway or to tear up stuff or who knows what, you've got to do that. And then what happens if something does break down? There's just so many things. It's not a plug and play like with my roll-off truck and the dumpsters. The next day that I kind of talked about in the video, the very next day that I had the truck operational, I had one of them, I believe 1 or 2 of them rented out. I think it was both. I did one live load, and then I think I dropped the other one off. It was once I fed the money into the system, it was fixed. I immediately was able to make more money from that investment into the equipment. For a snowplow, it's not an immediate it's not an immediate return on investment. There's several other factors that are absolute game changers, like killers of a season. And so, not saying that the first year you have to make all the money back, but is this, in an economy that we're in with interest rates and all that, would it be a good idea to be taking out a whole bunch of loans right now for equipment that you don't know for sure you're going to get a return on immediately? It's a for sure thing. I knew for sure that my roll-off truck with the cans was a slam dunk. I was already getting calls for 10-yard dumpsters. I didn't even start advertising or telling people till literally just recently. I had them on my website. People would go there, boom, do that. But I never said, hey guys, I'm letting you know on my Facebook group or this or that or whatever, I have 10-yard dumpsters now. Like, I didn't do that till just recently. They've naturally just been flying off the shelf, or whatever you want to say. So, what is it? I think I said it in the other video as well. 25. Is that right? Where would that be? That would be under, in DRS. That would be under like sales by item. Let me double check here. Sales by item. And we'll go to the year since it's only been 2 months and like a week. So 26 rentals for a little over for 66.50 for 2 months on these 2 additional dumpsters. I had an immediate return on those. So anyways, is there anything like that for you guys, like that you're debating, you're thinking about, like, man, is this the right time to be doing this? Because I feel like oftentimes it's like, hey, well, I know I should be doing this, but we don't ask the question, is this the right time? Is there a better return on investment? Is there a better, for sure, plug and play? As soon as I hand over the cash to acquire this new larger dumpster or smaller or whatever that is, like that you're immediately able to, the rest of the line, the rest of the funnel is a sure thing, or as close to it as you can. Because I'm thinking about that more and more. Like, what other ways? I think the idea of, since I do have the 2 plows and all I have to do, it's not going to take an incredible amount of money for me, but like, as soon as I get those plows up and running, I do have some hoops to go through as far as putting another person and making sure they're not going to destroy my truck and plow, making sure that they're actually safe enough on the road and good to go. As far as that goes, getting the insurance, training the person, and then the last step would be making sure, hey, current customers, I now offer this service, and then kind of navigating a whole new vertical of services and learning how to charge like that. That seems like quite a bit of steps to a whole new issue. I'm going to go up here and check out the comments. We were home-based business for the first 7 or 8 years, hiding our home address. Now we're located in a warehouse and the address is public. Gotcha. Changing the Google classification hurt in the winter, can get out of hand in the summertime. Wow. I normally only advertise in the winter. Huh. Oh, wait, did I just, I think I just jumped. Hold on. Change it, hurt the ranking. And also moving the business general changed our service area. Oh, okay. So yeah, AJ, I'm reading 2 comments at the same time somehow. So yeah, having a brick and mortar address, because it's true on Google My Business. There's the actual map with the little red or orange, whatever color that is, little drop down point for actually having an address. And then there's people like me who I don't have an address and I'm just on the list. So they have, instead of just looking in the map and clicking and tapping into it and then clicking that one and then calling or whatever, like you're saying, you have an actual place on the map where I don't. So I wonder how that all works. So that hurt your ranking, moving the business in the general change service area. Wow. Man, I wonder, well, I guess time will only tell, I guess, if over time you're able to continue building up your Google My Business to where you do rise in the ranks of, even against the other players in your area that do have a brick and mortar. Travis, I do material delivery when I'm slower as well in the winter. Can get out of hand. Okay, that's where I read. Can get out of hand in the summertime. I normally only advertise in the winter. Travis, man, I have watched several videos of people doing that. I've talked with a few people about it. I don't know where I would acquire customers. I think I even offer that on my website at the very bottom. I don't think I've ever talked about it on my Facebook page or advertised that, but like how, if you're getting that much business in summertime and some in winter, like I want to know what the business, what the customer profile is like. Obviously, some level of landscaping or rock or something like that. Um, or no, just materials. So, okay, so this might be for like a roofer picking up uh wood sheets or actual shingles or stuff like that, maybe. So, um, depending on what type of material. So I guess I've done that as well, and it still didn't work for me. I went to Lowe's, Home Depot, Menards. I handed out cards there. I got kicked out of a couple of those places for doing that. They didn't want me doing that. I said, "Here, I'm offering to help deliver the stuff that you guys are selling to these people to make them happy, so your customer is even more happy with." This whole process being delivered immediately. And they were like, no, get out. No, we don't want that. Okay, sure. But so, depending on what the material is, actual earth or whatever, or other, building materials. I just have not had the luck. I don't know what my deal is. AJ got to run. We'll swing back and try to catch you again. Hey, have a good one. Be safe. Good luck. Stay warm down there in Florida. I'm not bitter. Uh, oh man. Okay. Travis, Facebook Marketplace, free postings, gravel, and dirt delivery. Okay. Man. I did several of those. I did Craigslist as well. Gravel and dirt delivery. I've also left my card and asked the some local places that what the local quarry or whatever they're called, landscaping big companies or whatever with all the materials. I've said, hey, if you do have a list of people people would like to deliver, have it delivered. I'd love to be added to that list. I've heard that there is such a list. So if I can be help to your customers, let me know. I know that some of those places do offer the delivery themselves. So it doesn't make a whole lot of sense for them to give away business like that. But everybody who I talked to, the two or three people, they said, okay, we'll take your information. We'll let people know if they need that. I have not gotten one call from that. So I don't know if it's me, if it's my area, if I'm doing it wrong. I'm just like, what? I mean, those quick little, it would be really neat. Ultimately, having dumpsters rolling every day, that'd be great. And just, turning them real quick or whatever. But being able to have dumpsters rolling throughout the day, have another driver do those deliveries, but then I do the live loading, the live delivery, whatever you want to say, like you're talking about, throughout the day. And if we're short a dumpster or something needs to happen, then maybe the one I'm hooked up to that goes to, plug a hole or whatever, for, other live loading things. I have offered, with Facebook group stuff, also on the website, I believe, where, hey, 30-minute pickup, 30-minute live loading pickup. Here's the price for that. Curbside pickup kind of a thing. If you did 4 or 5 of those in a day, like if you were able to get it timed out, that would be incredible. I think that would be awesome. They would, then you're getting into actually doing the removal of it. So them loading it versus me loading it, kind of a crossover situation of that. But yeah, I'm willing to look into anything, but I feel like if you're shooting at everything, you're not going to hit anything. So like, kind of back to the subject earlier, like what is with the least amount of blockades in between me and the money, me and serving more people, what would be the best return on that I could continue to do even in the winter season? So I'm continuing to ask that question. because evidently it could be better, obviously. So just trying to figure that out. Oh man. 6 people in here. Thanks for watching, everybody. Does anybody have any questions, or I'll share all my numbers or anything you want to know? Kind of mentioned it before. Seemingly based on percentages, if this year is like last year, what did I say? I got the calculator out. I should be at percentage wise, should be about $9,600 for December. I've already got one rental. I think it's a 3-day. Let me double check. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3-day rental already for December. So that's cool. Let's see. Do you have much rural area around your town? I'm in Western Kentucky, not too far away from you. We have quite a bit of rural area surrounding our town. Travis, so Lafayette has Purdue University in West Lafayette, and then Lafayette. There's a river, the Wabash River, that goes through the 2 towns with 2 mayors, but it's still Lafayette, however you want to say that. So we've got 100 and there's 50,000 Purdue students. Lafayette has like 120,000 people. And then Purdue, when Purdue is in session, I think they have another, like, what was that? 70 or 80 last time I heard. So a lot of Purdue students, a lot of house cleanouts, rentals in West Lafayette. So outside of that, so with Lafayette, West Lafayette, we'll say 10-mile radius. I would say that, or maybe less. But then we have lots of little small towns around, just kind of peppered throughout. But there's corn and corn and corn and corn. And so we definitely do have, farms out in the middle of nowhere, miles and miles of just fields. But it does take a little bit to get out there. Yeah, we definitely do have quite a small towns out there. One stoplight, one stop sign kind of places. But it's not a mega place. I mean, it's nowhere close to Indianapolis or anything like that. Not even close. Off topic of gravel, would you recommend somebody getting DRS with 2 to 3 dump trailers and looking to add another? Travis, so my situation, which as soon as I figured out and learned DRS, I'm just in love. Other people have had different experiences. I've only heard really good ones. If anything does go wrong, their customer support, customer service is just the best thing in the world. Like, it's just the best. If you have any issues at all, if it can be done, it will be done. They will take care of you immediately. But as far as 2 to 3 dump trailers, I bought my first one. Whenever that was, in 2020, the end of 2020, it sat in my driveway for several months. Didn't have a website, didn't do anything, didn't know what I was doing. It was just tragic. Got through the wintertime, learned a lot through that though. Had my first customer in February of 2021. And then by June, I was still using Work Easy with a super sketchy website that it looks like it was a scam. It looked like it was a scam I built it. So it was definitely looking pretty scammy. I didn't know anything. I don't know any of that design stuff. I don't have a clue. So I did that. it was either June or July of 2021 where I bought my second dump trailer. So I went to 2 dump trailers without DRS, and it was by the end. Well, I just talked about it earlier. My first uh, partial month was in December of 2021. Let me just double check that. Yeah, I ran 10 dumpsters starting halfway through December in 2021. And let's see here. There we go. 10 dumpsters. Actually, I'm actually getting a business phone call right now. Hold on one second. Hello, this is Daniel. How can I help you?
Hi, Daniel. This is Valerie Pierce.
Yes.
I just wanted to see how much it would be to keep the dumpster until Monday morning.
Okay. Let's see here. That'd just be another additional day, so that'd be $75 for the second day. So we can go ahead and get that settled up at the same time on the first when you're ready for that. So that'd be just fine.
Okay, that works. We'll just keep it till Monday then, and then we'll pay you the $275 on the first.
Sounds great. All righty.
All right.
We'll see you. Thank you. Bye bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
All righty. So that was a actual customer. That's one of the 3 that I delivered. I'm going to go over to DRS right now, actually, and update that. This is one of the. Did I make a video about that yet? This is the 3rd dumpster she's rented from me, and she wanted a 1 day for my 10 yard. She lives very, very close, like 4 minutes away or something. And let me double check here. Go back. We're going to extend that to Monday. So we're adding on an additional day. And that's another $75 because I go by the day. My pricing is not like bigger companies are. I go literally by the day. So the first day includes dump fees and everything else. And then each additional day is $75, no matter what size dumpster it is. So I just updated that and we're good to go. So anyways, so added another 75 to that. You got to hear. So, so what, June, July is when I had the second dumpster that I bought come into play because my first dump trailer was getting rented out 3-4 times a week at that point for a day or two, however that would work out. I'm like, man, I'm starting to have to turn people away. So anyways, I waited all the way up until December when I finally switched over. At that point, I was renting out both my dump trailers. Boom, 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 boom. Just trying to keep track of that in my head, which maybe you're a lot smarter than I am. I can be an idiot. And so even juggling that, I was like, wait a second. Was it Friday or Saturday that the 15 was available, but the 17 wasn't? And then was it different the next? So anyways, switching to DRS where you actually the biggest thing for me was actually having an inventory system, even for just having 2 dump trailers. So for me, I would say if you just have 1, it's probably not worth it. But if you have 2 and more, I believe DRS is worth it times 1,000,000. Very, very valuable, very helpful. My worries of double booking myself basically went away. Unless I do something intentionally stupid, not keeping everything by the book in the website there. So for me, to answer your question, would I recommend somebody to get DRS with 2 to 3 dump trailers and looking to add another one? Absolutely. Just so you know, I believe when you hit 20 cans, which would be a great problem to have, at 20 cans, I believe their price goes from $150 a month up to like $175 or something. So, I mean, boo-hoo. I mean, you hit 20 cans, and they're able to tell how many cans you have because of the inventory system. So you can keep adding them as you go. That's what I have done with mine. So I had 115, 117. My buddy, within the last however long it's been, several months, he has allowed me to rent out his 17-yard dump trailer. So I went up to 3. So I had 1 and then 2 in inventory for the 17. And then with the 10-yard dumpsters, I added 2 more. So 2 10s, 1 15, 2 17s. If I try to do that myself and keep that straight and make sure I'm not double booking myself, I don't know if I'd be here with you folks. Like I don't want to be that person. So I would absolutely recommend it. Just getting your footing and getting the structure of the website and how a system like this works with just a couple dump trailers. I think you're really just getting a good foundation for building your business up even more. Let's see. Eddie, what's going on? DRS is awesome. I love that I can track where new leads are coming from. Absolutely. They've got lots of different options. They've got lots of integrations and stuff. I love DRS. Simple Man RV, what is going on? Recommendations for trailer insurance. As far as dump trailers go, that's just on my regular commercial policy. I've got those listed on my commercial policy. I've got the 3 trucks, the Ram, the Ford, and then the Chevy or the Isuzu or whatever roll-off truck. And then the my 2 dump trailers listed on there. And then it does allow me to have additional equipment up to a certain amount. I think it's like 20 grand. For other people's property that I'm able to use. So that covers my buddy's, his dump trailer as well. And then I have additional equipment added to the roll-off truck. Since I'm only going to have 1 can on the truck at any given time, if I were to get into an accident or something like that, basically that I've got I think it's like 7 or 8 grand of extra equipment insurance or whatever the technical term is. It's through Progressive. That's basically everybody's last resort. If you can't find a local agent or somebody smaller to be able to write the policy for you, you're probably going to be stuck with Progressive. I know in my state, in Indiana, maybe I could get somehow a better deal. I don't know if this is even how you could work it, but Next Insurance, which I also have for general liability insurance, Next Insurance just started writing insurance policies or working with Progressive underneath them. So I don't know if I can combine my commercial insurance from Progressive to go underneath Next Insurance, but technically they're going to Progressive too. Like, is that even possible? Going from would it cost me more to go with them? I'm assuming they got to get paid something. So adding the middleman back into the equation, am I going to be paying more, or is there a deeper? I don't know. So as far as trailer insurance goes, it's on the general. It's on the commercial insurance policy for the overall business, and that's what I would do. Hunt for that. Matt, how are you advertising one-day rentals? I've been doing dumpsters for 4 years and rarely have people that need it for one day. Matt, it may be just a regional thing or a fluke thing. I don't know. Literally 95. I mean, I wish I could tell. I'm sure there's a way to tell on DRS. I would say 95% of the time, my customers are one-day rentals. I'm able to have 30, almost 40 dumpsters in a month. That's my highest now that I've got the 10 yards going. I turn them pretty quick. And I've made a video about how many cans can one person go, because as of right now, I have 5 dumpsters at my disposal. My buddy did just get a second dump trailer, so now I technically have 6 dumpsters at my disposal. No pun intended. Uh, but literally, most customers, they say, I'll need it a day or a day and a half, maybe 2. I certainly get customers saying I need it for a week, 2 weeks. They're doing a home renovation. And basically what I do for my customers, when I do hear a week or several days or a month, or even, something like that, what I will suggest and try to pivot them into my funnel of how I do things is I say, okay, well, would it be possible and beneficial to you what if you just staged everything in the garage or out on the curb, or out, not on the curb, but off the side of the driveway or something, where it's not going to be in the way and it's not going to look bad? Would it be possible to stage that to where you just do a 2-day rental? You do a 2-day rental and then go a week or 2, and then I'll do another 2-day rental. So you're able to save money. I'm able to save you money by doing a lower cost. Meanwhile, my pricing is per day is the most expensive compared to anybody. Like so here's my pricing for my 15 yard. It's $250 for 1 day. That includes 2 tons. My customers at this point, my average is probably 1.1 or 2, probably less than that, honestly. At one point I did look that up. What's my average weigh ticket? I think it is less than that. But basically, so I'm $250 for 1 day, including up to 15 miles away. After that, it's $3 a mile. So I'm making $150. Dump fees are $54 a ton. It's never 2 tons, just about never. We're talking 1 in 15. Technically that's not never, but the vast majority, I don't know how many times 22, the minimum is 2250. Maybe a ton, probably less, probably 0.7, 0.8, somewhere in there, I would say. So I'm pocketing the difference since I'm including 2 tons, I'm pocketing the difference on that, plus any additional fuel, surcharge, after 15 miles. It used to be 25 miles for free and then $2 a mile. So I cut back my radius and then I added $1 to each mile. So that's for my 15 yard dumpster. And that's not for a week. $250 is for 1 day. Each additional day is $75. Like I just got done on the phone earlier. So 2 days, $325. 3 day is $400. And then, so my 17 yard, it's $25 more for the first day. So $275 plus 75, 70, whatever. So my week long price is $700 and $725. There's 30 yards and 40 yards for a 1 week or 10 days going for $650, $700 in my area. So what I'm able to do is just pivot those people who do think they need it for a longer time. I just guide them over to, well, could this work for you? I can save you money. If you don't want to pay $700 for a week long for a much larger one. And honestly, most people don't end up needing the much larger ones that I've noticed. Or they'll just rent another one from me and I'll still be cheaper. So they'll still come out ahead. They'll be more efficient with their time. And I'm basically able to direct people that way. So I would say my roofer is always a 1 day rental. It's honestly, they're probably done with my dumpster by 1 or 2 p.m. I've come and picked it up before when they're like, get it out of here. The homeowner wants their parking space back, blah, blah, blah. But most homeowners or what people will do is you've got the weekend warrior people who they want it dropped off Friday morning or Saturday morning through till Monday. So 2 or 3 day rental. And I'll say, okay, well, that's no problem. Here's my price for the 3 day. If you just want to do the weekend, here's the same price. I've given some discounts for that stuff, but normally $325 or $350 for the 15 and the 17-yard dumpsters, and then kind of going from there. My 10-yard dumpsters, I have it priced at the same bottom. I'm not going to go any lower, that's for sure, than what my 15 is at currently. So what I have done to change the whatever you want to call it, my 10-yard dumpster is priced at $200. So $200, but including 1 ton. And here's the beautiful thing that I'm learning about these 10-yard dumpsters is that they fill it up volume wise. Is that right? Volume over the size of the dumpster is filled up before the weight. I'm probably got things mixed up. So almost every single 10-yard dumpster that I've had, unless it was like drywall or something, has been the minimum $22.50. So I'm including 1 ton. So $150 plus $50 roughly going towards the dump fees, including 1 ton. They can go over that. It's just $60 prorated after 1 ton. But almost no customer has ever gone above the minimum of $22.50. So I'm making the $150 just like my 15-yard, my kind of bottom, but I'm not charging them for 2 tons. I'm charging them for 1. So what my plan is in the future is to increase my 15-yard to a higher price and then the 17, but leave the 10 as my base price. So $150 for the first day plus whatever dump fees you want to go with. I'm including 1 ton. You can do whatever you want, but I mean, you're above 1 ton. If it's any homeowner out there, if you're going to charge for 2 tons and a 10-yard dumpster, I mean, you're going to be making that extra, whatever money it is for 1 additional ton. That's pocket pure cash. But I'm still making the same amount, just not pocketing the extra second ton in the pricing from my 15 that I am now for my 10. So same pricing as that goes. Each additional day is $75 for the 10. For the 10, the 15, the 17, each additional day is $75. Boom. Like that is it. I am giving the customer all of the incentive to not have my dumpster sitting there as long as they want it to be. I'm here to turn the dumpster, to make that happen. $75 a day after the first day is a pretty tall order for most people. Like, you want to stomach that? Probably not. So give it back to me. That's my, this customer that literally just called me earlier, she has a 10-yard. She has a 10-yard. She wanted it a second day. So I said another 75. There you go. No problem. So $275 for the weekend. Saturday, Saturday, Sunday, and I'll pick it up on Monday. So it's going to be this, like I said, this person lives like 5 minutes away. It's probably 3 miles away from my front door. It's going to be $22.50. Knock on wood. It's the dump fees are going to be $22.50. I'm going to spend a trip out there, trip back, trip out there, trip back. I don't know, $15-20 in fuel. Probably not even that, not even close, but whatever. So $45, we'll say, as far as my cost. Obviously the cost of if I was paying a driver to do this for me, I got to factor that in, whatever. But we're talking less than $50. I'm pocketing $225 for a 2-day rental with a 10-yard dumpster. That's pretty ridiculous to me. Maybe I'm an idiot, but so that's why I'm in love with the not having a minimum of, a 5-day rental or a 2-day rental or whatever that may be. or a week-long rental or something, because oftentimes I'm able to win, not because I'm cutting my legs out from underneath me. My pricing per day is higher, but they're willing to sacrifice that extra time to go with me because my price is lower. Their perceived value of my service is better than my competition because they value the price more than they value the time. And so that's food for thought there, I guess. But that's how I'm able to make this work. Now, ultimately, as I mentioned in that other video where I talked about how many dumpsters can one person run, I either change my rate, I can't do 5 dumpsters. Now that I got a 6th one available to me, I can't do 6 dumpsters in one day with my current radius. So I either change my radius so that it's a smaller, quicker swap out running around all over the place. I either change my radius, which I'm not willing to do yet. I extend my rental periods and don't allow one-day rentals, or to, push that further out, which I'm not ready to do that yet. The only other option that I have is to add another driver so that I can multiply the ability to do the same amount of madness that I'm going all over the place. So I believe at some point this next spring, I'm going to be hitting that thing where I have 6 rentals going out on one day and 6 rentals being picked up that morning or whatever. So I can't do that. I'll finish up at like 4:00. If it's a normal, 2 or 3 of them are in town, but 2 or 3 are out of town. Like I've said before, I've got places all over the place around me, kind of sprinkled around. So there could be dumpsters. And here's the other thing. A lot of bigger companies aren't willing to go to these smaller little township nobody places. And so that leaves it up to me and other smaller people who are willing to say yes, because I'm willing to say yes to anybody because I just need the work. I need to get my name out there. So anyways, I could talk about this for forever. Let me get to what you're actually asking here. You need Andrew, on Google My Business, do you need a business address, like building or a lot with your business name? Andrew, no. But if you do put your address in that slot for a business address, you have to have one from there on out, unless you get somebody to, actually, no, you can delete it, but at some point they will probably flag you in the system. If you put down your house address as a physical address, you will probably have problems. That's what happened to me. That's why I got suspended, because of my address. I had to prove that I was a legitimate business. I sent in all the pictures, all of my business documentation. I sent in insurance stuff, my LLC, my other garbage for the state. They still didn't believe me after I sent everything in, and I contacted a guy who does it, and I was like, here's everything. I've already sent them. Can you work this out? And they got it done in like 2 weeks, which is very, very quick. That may seem like forever, and it felt like it, but they got it done for me. So if you put your address down and it is in a residential zone or whatever, Google will know. They will come for you. They will put you to death. You will be suspended. That's been my experience. I've watched and listened and read a whole bunch of stuff about that. So if you're going to put your address down, you better have a legitimate storefront, or you're going to be in hot water. You're going to be suspended. Some people, that at that point, you're losing your reviews, if you did have any. When I got suspended, I had 17. I think it was 17. That sticks out to me for some reason. I had 17 5-star reviews. And I'm just sitting here dying like, dude, I'm not about to delete this Google account and start a new one and start from nothing. So I fought for it. I paid $250 or $500, one of the two, to be able to get my thing reinstated by this company that will help you get unsuspended. So yeah, be very, very careful with your business address. Leave it blank. You will still show up. I'm blank right now. You will still show up on the Google My Business list, but you're not going to show up on the little map. Simple Man RV. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Travis, if not, then I completely understand, but would you disclose what you paid for your roll-off truck? Yeah, Travis, I'm painfully willing to share whatever. It is what it is. So my roll-off truck, 06 Zuzu 8.1 or something, engine, 312,000 miles on it, under CDL, no air brake, switch and go rail system that I converted into a legitimate standard rail, extended the rails and all that. I paid a hair under 31,000. So 31,000 plus, I'm sorry, 31,000 including the two 10-yard cans. So with prices for 10-yard, you do the math, however you want to do that, whatever you think the value is of 10-yard dumpsters. Now, I would say the 10-yard dumpsters that I have, I mean, they're probably going to outlast me. They are tanks. These are not sketchy little baby business welder dumpsters. These are pretty ridiculous. You'd have to really try to break these 10-yard dumpsters, which I'm cool with. I love it. Well, let's do it. Let's take it. These things are going to take a long time to rust. But you know, between probably $4,000 or $5,000, I would say they're even beefier than the average other 10-yard dumpster, maybe $5,000 plus, depending on the market and whatever's going on. So I would say roughly 10, if you want to divide it up, roughly 10 grand for the 210s and then 21-ish for the truck. Truck was down in Texas. I flew down there, picked it up, had a nightmare of a problem, and I've got other videos talking about that, but basically 20 and some change for the truck plus the two cans, 10-ish. So but yeah, more than willing to chat about anything else. Any other questions you guys have? Matt, okay, my 15 is 425 up to 20 miles, includes 7 days, 6,000 pounds. Okay, so you got 3 tons. Okay, so Matt, what is your dump fee? By the ton, or is it by the yard? I'm assuming you're probably in the 50, 60 range, maybe. I don't know. I guess it depends on where you're at. Yeah, so in comparison, my 15 would be at it would be my 400 is a 3-day rental at 2 tons. So you're providing, and obviously the market may be vastly different compared to mine, Matt. But a 7-day rental, including 3 tons. Man, if I went by that, I would not be in. I mean, I would be in business, but I wouldn't be making any money right now. Well, I can't say that, because here's the other side of the coin. So there's me, the leverage game, or whatever you want to say. So let's my 1 day plus additional days, whatever. That's an exact number, precisely, because I'm able, because of my inventory system on my end, I'm able to say it's going to be out for 3 days. It's $400, including 2 tons, blah, 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 whatever. For you, though, here's the way that you're able to, and here's the thing that's the multiplier for you. If I were you, Matt, I would start looking into and writing down how often, or let's say, what is your average rental time? Not what they paid for, including 7 days. Let's say you rent it out, starting on Monday morning. They go 3 days. They say pick it up on Thursday morning. So they paid for a week. They paid $425. They're getting an incredible amount potential value of 7 days if they truly value that, including the 6 tons, an incredible value there. But they say pick it up on Thursday, and they've got a 1.5 tons in there. So your 425 versus my 400, you're now able to rent it out again for another. You double up, you get another customer Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So you're able to rent it out again. So I would say the longer, perceived. We got the dogs coming in here. Basically, you're able to, and I guess if everybody is doing what you're doing, the week-long rental time, like it makes sense. Like you basically have to, because, well, maybe you don't. I don't know. Other smaller companies are doing what I'm doing to a certain degree, maybe not week long and maybe not a 1 day, but somewhere in between there. But you're just because you rent it out for $425 for a week, I would start tracking how long do they actually take before they call you or before you actually go pick it up. If all of your customers are using the full week long total, I would consider, at least in my situation, I would consider jumping to my model. But if you have people, the majority of people, so you're tracking this and following through to see like how many rentals do actually get picked up much earlier. I've heard of people on your side of the scheduling, whatever you want to call it, way of doing it. Say I've had somebody schedule for a week-long rental, and they call me after 2 days. It was a 7-day rental. I picked it up in 2 days. Boom. I made all that extra money. So moment, please. 1 second. What? Yep. We'll do that shortly. We'll leave at 6. Yeah. So I don't think there's a right way and a wrong way, but there's pros and cons to doing it my way. Ultimately, my pricing is much higher than other people at a week long, probably. In some way or another, people in my area, the issue I have at a week long, they can get for the same price, twice the size of a dumpster. But on the low end, I'm able to, for the same size dumpster, beat other people out. No big deal. So as you on the pendulum or whatever you want to say, my pros over here beat the cons of somebody else's, but yours could beat mine on that other direction. So there's different ways of doing it. I'm not the guy here to tell you you're doing it the right way or the wrong way, whatever. I'm telling you what I have done. And it just really depends on your market. What does your market, the people who are renting from you, say that they are willing to go for, that they're willing to do? So I also wouldn't say it's a horrible idea to experiment and do different things with it. I honestly have considered the longer time periods. As I increase the amount of dumpsters that I have, it makes sense that I could pivot to a longer period of structure so that I don't have to hire. What if I didn't have to hire another person, and that I could be able to one person running 6 cans, like and several other I think other YouTubers, and certainly I've read in the comments on Facebook groups where people will say, how many can one guy do? Well, depending on how many rentals you have on any given day. Technically, if somebody who has 50 cans, doesn't have any rentals the day before, and then or has I don't know. For what am I trying to say? For me, my number is literally like 3.5 with my current radius and all that. When people say, I've heard the number, people say 20, 25 dumpsters, that's with 7-day rentals or 10-day rental periods where they're just sitting there for forever. So the likelihood of you actually renting out picking up all of these dumpsters, because if you had 6 dumpsters going out in one day and you have 50 of them, you don't have to pick up the one. You don't have to go dump or pick up and dump the ones that were already out. You just get empty ones and then go deliver those. And then after you deliver those completely empty ones from the morning, then you go pick up the old ones and dump them and bring them back to the yard or whatever. So that's how somebody with a much larger, I'm assuming, situation is able to do that type of numbers. For me, I don't just have 6 rentals going out in one day. I have 6 total dumpsters that day in theory. So I'm forced that I have to go pick up those before I go drop them off at the next place. And I have to dump starting at 7 a.m. when the transfer station opens up. Like, I don't have the options. So it just depends on your situation. Matt, you may be very competitive and you may know a whole lot more and know all this extra stuff. I don't even know. But that's just where my mind works, because you're constantly playing on one extreme or the other. You're trying to find that balance, what actually works for you and is doable, but people are willing to pay, and you are, providing that service and, being on the same page. Their perceived value of what you're offering, your service, is greater than what they're paying for. So I would say very rare do people actually pay for what they think they're getting. We have Black Friday deals going on. People are intentionally getting the same items that they wanted before for a much lower cost. So they think it's more valuable to get these items now because of the overall cost being lower. That's generally how it works, unless even in regular pricings, without a deal going on, like, by definition, when you go buy anything, you think you're coming out ahead of the game. Like, why would you buy something, could be anything, and it not make you be ahead of the game in some aspect of your life? So, whether it's my small weird pricing on the day plus additional days, or other people at a week, 10 days, 2 weeks, it just depends on what type of customer you've got. I think if I were to jump up to what you have currently, the 7-day rental, I think I would lose a good portion of my customers. A good portion might not necessarily mean above 50%, but I have so many customers that are just like, dude, I literally just have a garage I need to clean out. It's going to take me like 4 hours to do. I just need a 1 day. That's literally all I need. I don't need it a week. I don't need it 3 days. It does mean you're driving a lot more. It does mean you're turning cans a lot more. Actually, I'll look that up for you. I do have to order a salad for my wife. We're going to be visiting some folks, and she is bringing her own salad. So we're going to make that happen. We're going to do a pickup real quick. We're taking a brief salad pause at the moment. We're doing a large chef salad, ham, turkey, bacon, green pepper, tomato. Okay, that and Italian, light Italian, French, ranch. Boom, done. Okay. Sorry about that. So there's that. Sorry, guys. Hold on one second. It's a salad emergency. What is my number on that? Oh yeah. Last little bit. Hold on. Boom. Place order. Gonna be picking it up on our way over. Boom, done. Alrighty. Matt, so that last comment there. So I would need to discount my prices then. Man, I've already kind of babbled on for quite a while on this, but it's just a different model. I don't think it's wrong. I don't think either way is inferior. It's just meeting a different type of need. Does somebody want to pay more or does somebody want to, well, technically, does somebody want to guarantee that they have the your pricing at a longer period of time buys them the security of knowing that they have the dumpster for a longer period of time. So it's what their biggest focus is the time period, not the overall price. So they value the time more than the price from yours to mine, versus for me, my customers value the price more than the actual time. So my customer base probably is different than the type of customer in theory that would go for yours. So I don't know if you would necessarily want to do a discount to try to match mine, because at the end of the day, like, does it really help you? I mean, obviously, if you're just trying to get any rentals going on at all, I get it. But does it really make sense to take away more money from your pocket to meet a need for a customer that doesn't value the time? They're like, you're going to be just with, cutting down on a discount like that. You're going to be cutting down your pricing for not much perceived value on their end. So, because they don't value the time as much as the actual dollars. So I don't know if that makes any sense. But yeah, that's my thought. I would just say, I feel like it's very different of a pendulum swing from customer to customer, and you might not want to go the other way. If I were to switch to a longer period of model, I'm going to have people who are more concerned about longer period of time frame than they are dollar amount, seemingly. Travis, in regards to a video you recently posted, do you think you're going to hit your 100,000 goal by the end of the year? Let's look. Let us look it up here. Well, so my total right now, my gross number is 90,396 and 76 cents. So I'm less than 10 grand away, technically. And seemingly, hold on. Seemingly, earlier in the live stream, I talked about percentage wise based on last year's percentages, not numbers, but percentages, comparing the percentages of last year of the change from month to month. If I even did that right, based on those forward projections this upcoming month in December, my projection, if it stayed with the same percentages of a drop off or a pickup or whatever you want to say, it says, well, I don't know if you can see that. There we go. My percentage wise, if it stays with what it was last year, which is not much data to go off of, is 95, 83 and some change. So really close to that 10K number. Kind of scary close, actually. 95. What did I just say? I'm going to add this. 90. 396 76. Okay, if everything goes how the percentages say it might, which really doesn't have a lot of anything to hold. This is what I would be at. 99, 980 and some change. So that would be my gross. This is not take home. This is not me selling you. You're going to be a cajillionaire or whatever stuff. I'm not saying that at all. This is my number, my goal. My goal this year was 75. Now we're shooting for 100. We're just going to shoot our shot here. It's seemingly possible if the trend were to stay going the way it has been, beating the previous year's percentage pickup, drop off, whatever. In theory, it's actually reasonable, which seems kind of wild, but I would really, December would have to really come through. As of right now, like I said, I already have one in December booked. It's a 3-day, 425. We shall see. We shall see. That'd be super cool. I'll be talking about that in videos here to come, but it'd be really cool. I don't think you get an award. I don't think you get a gold sticker for hitting 6 figures gross. Again, it's gross. This is not what I'm taking home at all. I'm trying to survive right now. I have no income from RV transport. I pay myself very little from this. And then I've got other side money hustle stuff that I do that's very, very minimal. So have no illusions of, whatever. So that's kind of the deal. Well, I don't know if anybody wants to keep chatting or you've got more questions. I am gonna have to leave here in a little bit. I hope this was actually a help. Some people didn't say a word. I don't know if you're laughing or actually learning anything or anything at all, but I find this challenging and entertaining to me. So just to brainstorm with people. But yeah, we shall see. What I talked about earlier a little bit was the plows. I do want to try to get the electrical systems working on those and do take some steps towards those plows working. If I could have the plows up and running before December, and if we do get snow in December, I mean, I think certainly we would hit 100 with adding plows to it, which is a big if. Even if it's just a horrible, poor advertising, not really doing a good job of letting people know that I offer the business and all that. Like, I think I could, that would still be a pretty decent help. But yeah, we'll see about that. I do have a few other videos I've got to put out here soon. Need to write some more of them down, but yeah. Hope this was a help to you. I'm gonna hop off here if nobody else says anything. I will catch you guys later. And yeah, hopefully you're doing well with the winter season's changing here. I would like to, I don't know, put together a more thoughtful video talking about what to really expect in wintertime. I can't go into too great of a detail because I only have one other real winter underneath my belt last year. So and I'll just say this for the 5 people who are here, thank you for, I don't know if you're asleep or not, but I'll just say this, being on YouTube doesn't mean you're anything. I'm 2 years into the business, which means, I don't know, if you think you know everything, hopefully someday you find out that you don't, because I know I don't know everything. I'm not trying to, for people to perceive that I do. I'm learning along the way. It's been ugly. It's been decent. It's been exciting. It's been great at times. It is what it is. I'm trying to put out anything and everything that could save you from falling off a cliff, and then celebrate the wins with you, and share my journey and all that. So any way I can give value, I want to. But there's some things that there's probably several, actually, I know there's several videos that other people who have made that, man, I would love to talk about that. But the truth is, I really don't think I have enough knowledge and information that would be a help to people enough. I don't feel comfortable sharing this stuff as if I do know, and I don't want somebody to take my information and bank on it, because I don't have enough testing myself in some of these areas. So I just don't talk on some of these areas because I'm not the guy. I don't want to mislead anybody. I don't want anybody to be in trouble because they took my advice on something that I really was untested in. Like, that's not cool. So I'm just trying to share all the good, bad, the ugly. And we got the dog behind me. Let's see. Travis, would you be interested in doing any kind of phone call in the future? Didn't know if you did that. Would be obviously pay for your time. Just not one of those guys that calls the call the number on your kids. Travis, yeah, I would love to chat with you. I just kind of briefly, I used to do free phone calls because I have another channel for RV transport where I would share and help people in RV transport. My other channel, I have a ton of more videos and all that stuff from the years I was doing that. And I found out people who call and don't seemingly, there were some people who definitely took my information and really applied it, and they did, they grew from it, and it was a help to them, and they actually cared. But I did have some people who would just call and be like, "Hey, so how's it going over there? What's the weather like?" And I'm like, no disrespect, I don't know you at all, but like, is there anything you want me to answer for you? How can I help you? Because I'm here to help you. I want to be friends with everybody. I really do. But I can't. So, like, anyways, all that to say, at this point for RV transport as well as this, like you kind of said, I don't know what a fair price is technically for a guy who's 2 years into this with the experience that I do have. I know I don't have all the answers, like I already said. Anyway, I can give value, I want to. So, yeah, Travis, I believe not in this video description, but any regular video, you can go and schedule a phone call, a phone consultation or whatever, in one of the links in the description of other videos, like I said. And I think I've got it priced at $75. If it's either 75 or 50, one of the two. I'm not hard pressed about it being just one 60-minute, 1 hour phone call. If it needs to be longer than an hour and we're on a roll and we're talking through stuff and I'm actually helping you, I'm willing to go more than an hour. But I just want to make sure it's actually what I'm giving is actually valuable. So as far as pricing my own self as information and helping you brainstorm through your own business, I don't know exactly where my price should be at. I either have it at 75 or 50. That's my rate for right now. And I would love to help any way I can. Anybody else who's on here, if you think I could give value and help walk through stuff, talk through stuff, I would love to. If it takes longer than an hour, I'm cool with that. I'm not hard pressed about that. But I do think I do have something to share. I do have value to give. And hopefully one phone call, you should be able to 10x any 1 hour phone call with value. I can only get you to where I'm currently at. You know, my year is almost at potentially at 100K. Doesn't mean I can get you to 1 million, so I'm not that guy. But anyways, yeah, I'd love to help Travis or anybody else, you know, any way I can. John, how long did it take you to start to become consistent on your rentals? John, as far as starting out, as in you have one dump trailer and it's just sitting in your driveway. My first rental ever was in February of 2021. Yeah. And I had like 3 or 4 other rentals in February. And then I got up, you know, like I kind of mentioned earlier, I got up to my new target was 10 dumpsters in 1 month. And then I would hit that. That was several months. And I could go through all my numbers and share my process of realistic numbers, at least for me, which doesn't mean anything towards somebody else, but, you know, I can go through those numbers with you. If I don't have the work easy numbers for 2021 in front of me. I've got a document where I could look it up, but it just took several months to hit 10 in a month, and then 20, and then more recently 30, and now almost 40. So 38 is my total so far, my highest in a month. But that's only more recently in the last couple months due to now I'm offering 10-yard dumpsters, and in 2 months I've done 26, I think it was. So divided by 2 months, you know, 13 additional dumpsters just having 10-yard dumpsters. So that was definitely a game changer. Just right off the bat, boom. Just immediately, man, to think if I had those 10-yard dumpsters rolling in summertime would have been it would have been delicious. Oh my word. That's why I'm like chomping at the bit. Next springtime, spring cleaning, 10-yard dumpsters. Boom. Like I'm ready to rumble. I'm a little scared about having all these dumpsters with what I think it's going to be like, because just having 3-ish this last 2020 summer season, it's going to get real. If that was with 3, now I'm at 6. It's going to be pretty intense, in the best kind of way, I hope. So, I'm going to hop off here, guys. It's almost 6:00. Have a great Saturday night. Videos to come. Appreciate you. Thanks for everybody who commented. Love chit chatting with everybody. If I can add any value, I'm here to do it. I want to give it, and more than anything, just document my journey and I don't know, learn together. So appreciate you. Have a good one, guys. I'm going to go eat some pizza, and we'll catch you later. Have a good one.